Hello, fellow potatoes. I've talked about ranting for vengeance before. They made a video saying that Absolute Batman was gay because he had long hair. Now, my only really big critique on Absolute Batman is that fuck-ass logo, because the normal bat symbol also makes a perfectly good battle axe. But you see, Ranting for Vengeance made a video about a movie that isn't even released yet, saying that it was bad, even though it's not out yet.
Not only is this movie a rip-off of classic sci-fi with no respect towards it, like any James Gunn production,
James Gunn isn't even directing this?
it's also just the most cringe movie ever made since, I don't know, Superman 2025 or Sinners. And just like those two movies, nobody really cares about Supergirl.
Nobody cared about Sinners or James Gunn's Superman. Jervis, give me the Rotten Tomato scores. Sinners has a 97 and 96, Superman has an 83 and 90. Obviously, nobody cared about those movies.
This isn't going to be some massive movie that goes down in history as an iconic classic, like the original Superman the movie, or Tim Burton's Batman, or The Dark Knight, or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. I don't even love a lot of those movies, but they are iconic and will be remembered.
See, there's a major difference between the three biggest superheroes on the planet versus Supergirl. Although, I would like to bring up The Incredibles real quick. Now, there are probably a few people who know about Supergirl, some who don't, but The Incredibles, when the movie released, nobody really knew who they were because they were unique to that one movie, and it kind of proved you don't need this big established superhero franchise to make a good superhero movie. Same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. When that movie released, the Guardians of the Galaxies were fucking D-listers.
Like most movies made nowadays. Remember the James Gunn Superman movie? It was a massive success. Everybody loved it. It's a stone cold classic. Except nobody even remembers it.
Yeah, nobody remembered the whole where is the dog thing. Nobody remembered him hanging with his parents. Nobody remembered Superman and the Justice Gang. Nobody remembered Green Lantern. Nobody remembered Mr. Terrific. I haven't seen the movie in a while, and I just remembered all of that.
Because it was actually garbage. And that's what's going to happen over and over. People talking about Fantastic Four, stuff like this, Avengers Doomsday, Deadpool and Wolverine, all of it is meaningless. And at this point, it's objective. There's no debate. Deadpool and Wolverine had some hype around it, but afterwards, everybody realized that the movie was CGI slop.
Oh damn, I was expecting Hugh Jackman to actually grow 3 blades out of his hands. See, complaining about CGI in superhero movies, it's really dumb because, of course there's gonna be CGI. Now, I will admit, it is egregious sometimes, like giving Spider-Man a digi-double for a scene where he's just fucking talking, but, in Deadpool and Wolverine, it really wasn't that egregious. Like, we saw set photos. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, they were in actual Deadpool and Wolverine suits.
For people who are brain dead. And the same goes for James Gunn's Superman and a lot of movies nowadays. I don't really have the willpower to be looking through this trailer bit by bit, criticizing it and trying to compare it to the comics. All you need to know is that it's just a piece of shit that nobody's gonna watch.
And you know that Supergirl is gonna bomb at the box office because you're a time traveler?
And kind of a disgrace to the comic characters that it's using.
It does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
I'm not even a fan of Supergirl as a character in any way whatsoever. The same goes for Superman, but I don't think classic characters' legacies should be tarnished by some soulless modern movie which consists of feminist propaganda and nothing else.
It's feminist propaganda because the main character in a Supergirl movie is a girl. How do we tell them?
Supergirl, along with many other famous superhero female characters, are known for how attractive they are. I think when you adapt them onto the big screen, you better do a good job at portraying that, or else you end up with something like this. Now, I can't really be bothered to check if this is edited or if it's real.
oh no, I can't jerk off to Supergirl anymore. The world's gonna end. And by the way, she looks decent. I mean, she's not horrendous. She's personally not my type, though.
But either way, it's spasticated. And it's not just this actress, even though she's an insufferable bitch in real life, but it's also people like David Cornsweet. The guy looks like the Down syndrome younger brother of Henry Cavill, and we're all supposed to believe he's this super cool guy. And this
David Cornsweet is ugly. Okay, believe whatever you want. I mean, at least he admits that Henry Cavill's pretty damn fine looking.
is part of the bigger agenda in movies and entertainment in general, just to portray women as unattractive and strong, and the men as weak retards. It's not a joke or rage bait, it's the sad reality that we live in.
Dog.
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
That's right, you get all of this.
Where's the dog?
Where Supergirl is not one bit attractive, and Superman is not one bit super. He's just a spastic. And this brain-dead slave to the corporate system of superhero movies thought it was a good idea to come out and say that she knows she's gonna face backlash just for existing as a woman. That's not really how it works. Nobody attacks women for no reason. They only really attack you if you're an insufferable, retarded bitch.
It's funny you call her an annoying bitch, even though we honestly only know, like, two things. She owns crypto, and she's an alcoholic.
And I'm gonna have to wrap this up because this movie is just kind of pathetic to even think about for more than 2 minutes. But speaking of enormous handicaps, Jason Momoa is a gay retard who acts and looks nothing like the character of Lobo. Lobo was based off of heavy metal.
You're telling me this guy looks nothing like Jason Momoa? Have you seen Jason Momoa?
And punk rock icons like Lemmy Kilmister and Glenn Danzig. It's proven that the character is meant to be a badass metalhead punk character, like something out of 2000 AD. Now, if you don't know anything of what I just said, then you shouldn't really be talking about comic books or Lobo.
And you clearly shouldn't be talking about Jason Momoa, because a simple Google search would tell you Jason Momoa is a huge fucking metalhead. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Lobo is a way, way better fit than fucking Aquaman.
You want to know some people who don't know anything of what I just said? It's the people making this movie, which are all nobodies, by the way.
So if it's not directed by James Gunn, it's bad. But if it is directed by James Gunn, it's still bad. Gotcha.
Jason Momoa went to one Pantera concert in real life. I wonder why, because Pantera is gay and was never a good band.
A gay black man. I kissed him on the lips. He said, "Man, you taste good." I'm comfortable as hell with my sexuality.
See, that's what separates Ranting for Vengeance from me and Panthera. We're actually comfortable with our sexuality. See, superheroes are really fucking gay. Like, are you really gonna convince me that a straight guy would dress like Superman?
But the people who were casting this movie thought that that earned him a spot as Lobo. And people also thought that earned him a spot as the Crow. Which I don't know why, because the Crow and Lobo are similar comic characters that came from the underground, are extremely badass.
This is assuming Jason Momoa can't be badass? Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of his character in the Minecraft movie, but Garrett the Garbage Man Garrison was pretty badass.
And have a cult following. And they're not really for people who eat up every piece of slop that gets fed to them by Marvel and DC. They're actually the opposite. They're for people who don't really buy into that shit. And now this flamboyant spastic is riding around in the movie, laughing his ass off and acting nothing like the character. So
if you're saying that Lobo doesn't tell jokes, you clearly haven't read the comics.
you can put on as much makeup and smoke as many cigars as you want, but you're nothing like Lobo, and anybody that's read the comics or knows anything about DC can very clearly see that with this abomination, which I wouldn't even call a movie. So if you're a real fan who's actually read the comic books, or just somebody with a brain who can see that this movie is a pathetic piece of shit, then do let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're somebody hyping up this movie who's saying that it's peak and it's niche and look how awesome it is, or if you just want to come into my comment section and cry and whine like a little bitch, then go fuck yourself and go complain to your boyfriend.
You better not be a meanie in my comment section or my dad'll come in and kick your ass. Firstly, feminism has always been, like, a big part of DC. Who the fuck do you think Wonder Woman is? Secondly, if you really think superheroes are supposed to be the epitome of heterosexuality, I got really bad news for you. Thirdly, I gotta bring this up now. He made a video where he called Invincible fans gay or whatever. Haven't seen that video. But the thumbnail fascinates me because Invincible fans are notoriously insane. You know who else is notoriously insane? Arkham fans! Moral of the story? Nobody focuses on sexuality more than the closeted gay man.